Today I'm showing not only how to build a sorting system in Minecraft, but breaking it down and showing what you can sort and what you can't, how to build it in the Overworld and in the Nether where you can't use water, and many more small tips, so you can upgrade your storage room and build a sorting system like a professional. Here are the items you will need for a system that can sort out 5 different items. Start by placing 5 double chests in a row. And then stack another row of double chests directly on top. Add hoppers pointing into the chests. Place 5 building blocks a block away from the hoppers. Add repeaters facing into the building blocks. Behind the repeaters, place another row of building blocks. Now add a redstone torch between the building block and hoppers. Build a 5x3 platform on top of the whole setup. Next to the hoppers, place comparators pointing away like this. Place redstone dust behind the comparators. Finally add hoppers pointing into the comparators. And that's it. You now have a sorting system ready to sort out 5 different items. Expanding this is super simple. Just add more chests and repeat the redstone system behind it. To use this sorting system, you need to open the hopper that is pointing into the comparator, and then place the item you want to sort in the first slot. Then fill the remaining 4 slots with some random items that you know never enter the system. The best way to do this is by using renamed items, so you can be 100% sure no similar item enters the system. If everything is set up correctly, you should have 41 of the items you want to sort out in the first slot, and 4 filter items like this. It is important to know that this sorting system only works with items that stack to 64. It won't work with the unstackable items or with the items that only stack to 16. Now you know how to set up the item filters. Let's look at how you can actually get the items into the system. For that you have 3 main options: hoppers, water and ice. Hoppers are the easiest and the slowest method to get the items sorted into the chests. Simply add another row of hoppers going over the ones that are pointing into the comparators. Now when adding items into the input chest, the items start traveling along the hoppers. If there is a matching filter, the item will go into the chest. Other items keep moving forward until they find the chest to go as well. The items that don't get sorted end up in the end of the hopper line, where you should add couple of chests for the items that don't get sorted. It is fairly easy to build, it just takes quite a lot of iron to make all these hoppers, and it is slow. It can sort out 9000 items in an hour. But the next method with water is another thing that can move items. This is a bit faster but also more complicated to integrate with the sorting system. First of all, water can only flow 8 blocks, so that means the maximum module size can be 8 blocks or less. Between the modules, add an ice block with a sign blocking the water. Next we need to get the items into the water, and for that you can use a dropper to drop items out from the input chest. If these items get out of the chest, then it is highly recommended to line the items on the edge of the hoppers. This prevents them getting stuck inside the hoppers, which can happen pretty easily, and then you will lose the items that got stuck. Items can be aligned with chests, honey blocks and with 2 sea pickles. Another problem that comes with the water is that items move too fast, and then the hopper might not pick up all the items. For that I have delayed the dropper dropping speed so that the hoppers have the time to pick up all the items. I personally am using this exact method in my sorting system as well. It is pretty easy and reliable. And the last method to move items is with ice. This is very similar to the water method, but using ice comes very handy in the Nether where you can't use water. With ice you need to align the items on the edge of the ice so that they can be picked up by the hopper. To do that you have the same 3 ways as before: chest, honey blocks and 2 sea pickles. With these you can align the items to the edge of the ice pretty easily. Then you need to push the items on the ice blocks with a slime block. Now it depends on the ice how fast and how long the items will slide for. Blue ice is faster and items slide for longer. And the packed ice is a bit slower and items slide a bit less. Blue ice is pretty damn expensive to craft though. But what makes the ice a bit more difficult than the water is turning. When you turn, you align the blocks again, and you have to push the items with a rightly timed slime block. To move items on the ice blocks, it requires a bit of knowledge of the redstone, but other than that it is actually a pretty reliable way to move items. I have used this way to move items many times in the Nether, especially with huge farms like this garden farm. This farm produces 600,000 items per hour, and all the items are nicely sorted out with ice blocks and pistons. If your farm produces way too many items like my garden farm here, I have added shulker box loaders under the item filters. The shulker box loader is simply connected with the hoppers, and if you want to build the same shulker box loader, then we have made a tutorial about this. You can now make all your farms sort out only the items you need and throw away everything you don't need, like in this gold farm where we only collect gold nuggets and gold ingots. If you want to copy the designs I showed in this video or test them out, then I made a simple world where I built all kinds of sorting systems. The link to that Word download is down below. Sorting systems make the Minecraft experience a lot better, but what makes it even better is when you host a server from wisehosting.com and build it together with friends. We offer the best possible service with an affordable price. And our game panel is super easy to use. Host a Minecraft server and use the code Shulker to get 25% off your first month. That's Wise Hosting, the best Minecraft server host. See you next time. Bye!